Good morning, children. This is Srinivas Rao, social faculty. We are discussing first lesson. Look at this subject. Social. The first topic is India relief features. So this is first topic. The first topic in the last two videos we discussed two subtopics. That is location of India. Location of India. The second one is Indian Standard Time (IST). These two subtopics were discussed. In another video, we discussed the formation of Himalayan mountains. Okay. And fourth subtopic is major physical divisions. Major physical divisions in India. So this is the topic that we discussed today. If you look at India, there are 6 major physical divisions you can find. First one is the Himalayas. First one is about the Himalayas. The second one is the Indo-Gangetic Plains. The third one is the Peninsular Plateau. The Peninsular Plateau. Fourth one, the Coastal Plains. The fourth one, what we call this one? Fourth one is called Coastal Plains. Fourth one, what we call? Coastal Plains. And the fifth one, the islands. Sixth one, the desert. So these are the 6 major physical divisions. First we will take the Himalayas. So Himalayas are the Himalayan mountains. Where they are, this is the story regarding the mountains, where they are located, what is the length, width, what are the important ranges. So even importance of Himalayas, this is a story that's given in our textbook, I think, which is very, very important. So looking at this Himalayas, actually Himalayan mountains located in the Asian continent. Himalayan mountains, Asia, extended in many nations like Pakistan, India, China, Bhutan, Myanmar. So these Himalayan mountains occupying around 5 lakh square kilometer. 5 lakh square kilometer area was occupied by Himalayan mountains. And when you talk about India, the length of Himalayas 2400 kilometers. The width is different from west to east. Just look at India. When you are looking at India, just imagine that this is India. I'm talking about this country. So this is the place where Himalayan mountains located. See that? The place where Himalayan mountains located. You can identify that box. The box that represents, if it is taken here, looking like half moon, west to east. If this is taken here as important, no, the Himalayan belt. West to east, the length is 2,400 kilometer from west to east. This is the western region. This is the eastern region. You know very well. This is the northern region and southern region. So when you are looking at this, the length is 2,400 kilometer from west to east. As we move towards eastern side, the Himalayan mountain width has been decreased. Here it is, width is 500 kilometers in the west and 200 kilometers in the east. This is about the width of the Himalayan mountains. Western side, here it is 500 kilometer. This is the width I am talking. Middle it is around 200 kilometer. 200 kilometer. As we move towards east, the width has been decreased. This is the important point regarding the Himalayan mountains. If you look at the Himalayan mountain, it has three parallel ranges. How many ranges are there? Parallel ranges. Look at it. There are three parallel ranges. So sometimes they are asking question like this. Name the parallel ranges of Himalayan mountains. There are three parallel ranges you can find. They are, look at this, the first one is the Himadri. So first one Himadri. The second one is the Himachal. The third one is the Shivaliks. So once look at that, you take this one, the top part is called Himadri. The first and middle one is called Himachal. Look at this. And the last one is called Shivaliks. This is the way how ranges are there. Like this, first range, Himadri range. The second range is like this. And the third one is called Shivaliks. The first one Himadri, Himachal, Shivaliks. Here we can take this is about Himadri, like look at this. So and followed by Himachal and followed by Shivaliks. So location also important because in map pointing they are asking location. Location also important. To then just to speak something about Himadri. Look at this Himadri range. So when you are looking at Himadri range, this is called as inner Himalayas, greater Himalayas, which are called greater Himalayas. This is about the first one. I am talking about first one. Just as we take here once again. Okay, the first range that we are talking about. First range. Look at this. This is first range, Himadri, which is called as highest Himalayan range, Great Himalayas or Inner Himalayas. This is the belt which is having world's highest peaks. Like take Everest. Second one is Kanchenjunga. The third one is and K2. So nothing but Godwin, Austin, Makalu, Manasulu. So like so many important ranges can be seen in this belt. If you look at India, in Himachal, in this particularly Jammu and Kashmir, K2 is located here. Just look at it, K2 is here. As we move towards Sikkim, this is Sikkim state. In Nepal, range that is there, Nepal, this state is Nepal. Here we can see Mount Everest. Look at this, Mount Everest. I am trying to locate. Look at it. We locate important peaks located in Himadri range. Just look at India. So this is about K2. K2 location is here, and Mount Everest is here, and this is a place where Kanchenjunga is located. Kanchenjunga in Sikkim. Everest is in Nepal. K2 is in Jammu and Kashmir. There are other important highest peaks in the world are located here. This is about important peaks, and it is a place where we can see birthplace. Actually, it's a birthplace of many perennial rivers. Look at that, perennial. The word is to be taken. Perennial rivers which flow water throughout the year, like Ganga, Indus, and Brahmaputra. Like these are all rivers located in this belt, are formed in this belt, and it is the belt. Himadri belt is the region with the complete glaciers. And totally Himadri is covered with ice and snow and ice. The formation of ice and snow generally taking place seasonally. Whenever winter is there, then more and more ice is accumulated on the Himadri range. And even during the summer, it has been melting. So melting and formation of ice and snow, that is commonly taking place, and leads to formation of glaciers. Glaciers are famous in this particular belt. Ice mountains, icebergs, largest icebergs and mountains can be seen. At the same time, this is the place famous for important lakes where water is always seen, and from where these great rivers originated, like Indus, Ganges and Brahmaputra originated from Mansarovar Lake. This is the place, we are talking about Himadri. Just look at that, Himadri, highest range. The range that is there in the completely northern boundary of India, touching some places of India. It's a place with great peaks and perennial rivers. It is a place with glaciers and ice and snow and formation also is taking place. This is about Himadri. And talking about Himachal, second one, we can take second one, Himachal. Himachal, under three parallel ranges, Himachal is second range, the Himachal range. Look at that. To the south of Himadri, a parallel range can be seen here. To the south of Himadri, just I am locating, look at this. To the south of Himalayas, just Himadri side. This is Himadri, just imagine that, and from that towards south, another parallel range can be seen, that is called Himachal. Himachal, which is also called as Middle Himalayas. And second one, this is also called as Lesser or Lower Himalayas. The average height between 3,500 to or close to 4,500 to 5,000 meters. Mostly in some notebooks they are giving, some textbooks they are giving 3,500 to 4,500. So in some such textbooks they are giving 4,000 up to 4,500. So like there are different things can be seen in this. Particularly, so when talking about this Himachal range, it is called as actually in some books it is written as 3,500 meters to 4,500 meters, the average height of the Himachal, and most of the peaks are close to 5,000 meters of height. This is very important. And talking about this, Himachal range is meant for so many hill stations, famous for hill stations. So many hill stations can be seen in this Himachal range. One is important point is important hill station is about Shimla. Look at that. Shimla, Mussoorie, Nainital, Ranikat, like hill stations can be seen. Even towards West Bengal, Darjeeling hill station also can be seen. At the same time, Himachal range is famous for many valleys. So many beautiful valleys can be seen in the Himachal range. When you are looking at this valley, the first one is Kashmir Valley. Kashmir Valley, very important valley located in Jammu and Kashmir. A place where we can see, actually this Kashmir Valley located between Himadri and Himachal. So this is about up to north to south and west to east, around 135 kilometer width that is. So beautiful valley, we call world paradise of the world. This is a word. And along with this Kashmir Valley, Kulu Valley is there. Towards Himachal Pradesh, Kulu and followed by Manali. These two valleys. So the beautiful valleys, many beautiful valleys can be seen. This is the Himachal range is mostly covered with thick forest, and there are many famous ranges you can find. Just look at that. Famous ranges. Himachal consists of many famous ranges. Just what are the famous ranges? Pirpanjal range. So now I'm talking about this. Look at this. Famous ranges in the Himachal range. One is Pirpanjal. Pirpanjal range can be seen in the Jammu and Kashmir. This is the place where Pirpanjal range is located. Second one is Pirpanjal range is the largest range in the Himachal. Second one, Mussoorie range. Mussoorie range towards Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh, Mussoorie range can be seen. At the same time, in Nepal we can see Mahabharata range. Mahabharata range can be seen. Mahabharata range in Nepal. This is about Mahabharata range. This is a place. Mahabharata range. This is Mussoorie range. Look at that Mussoorie range. This is about Pirpanjal range. Pirpanjal range in Jammu and Kashmir. Mussoorie range in Himachal Pradesh and even extended to even in Uttarakhand. And Mahabharata range is in what you call this Nepal. This is about ranges. This is the region with many hill stations, valleys. At the same time, we can see important thing, many important forest belts can be seen. Many important forest areas can be seen in this particular belt. When talking about Pirpanjal range, which is the really very very important largest range, longest range. So it is really it is the range that is located in the Jammu and Kashmir, in Jammu and Kashmir. So that is a we can find it. So next, Mussoorie range also can be seen in particularly Uttaranchal and as well as Himachal Pradesh. Mussoorie range width is around 120 km from the west to east and even north to south. This is a and actually Himalayan mountains, Himachal mountains are friendly in nature. So human being can move, can take, can enjoy, can stay there because hill stations are there and beautiful valleys are there, can enjoy. Himadri, towards Himadri, you cannot go there. Maybe difficult to move. Largest transportation and other things will be difficult to move. But Himachal, that problem won't be. And coming to the third one, just look at that third one. Third one is called as Shivaliks. Third important one, these Shivaliks. Shivaliks towards the south of, look at this, towards the south of Himachal range, we can find another range. This is a Himadri, like Himadri is like this. Himachal is like this, okay then. And to the south of Himachal, another range is called as Shivaliks. Shivaliks are discontinuous series of mountains. Now, when talking about this continuous that is there, but after moving towards Sikkim, there we can see it is disconnected. So once look at this, Shivaliks are called differently in different places. The average height is 900 meters to 1100 meters. 900 meters to 1100 meters average height. These are totally covered with hills, mostly hills, and a gravel and alluvial soil can be seen in these Shivaliks. So when talking about Shivaliks, these are called differently in different places. Look at that. These Shivaliks are called differently in different places. Example, in Jammu and Kashmir, just look at that. In Jammu and Kashmir, they are called Jammu Hills. We call it as these Shivaliks are called in Jammu and Kashmir as Jammu Hills. Mismi Hills in Arunachal Pradesh, AP, and these is Jammu and Kashmir. In Jammu and Kashmir they are called Jammu Hills, and in Arunachal Pradesh they are called Mismi Hills. In Assam they are called Kachar Hills. Assam they are called Kachar Hills. So Shivaliks, talking about Shivaliks, these are called outer Himalayas. Once again we call as, it's similar, width is same as we would say that 2400 km, even width of the Shivaliks also 2400 km. From west to east 2400 km width is there. So talking about this Shivaliks, length is 2400 km, but talking about width, it is in between 10 kilometers to 50 kilometers. 10 kilometers to 50 kilometers. Particularly Himachal Pradesh, here it is 50 kilometers. The length of the Shivaliks in Himachal Pradesh, this is a place. Here it is 50 kilometer. Width I am talking, width. As we move towards eastern side, that will be, the width is 10 kilometers. So this is about the southern range of Himachal, that is Shivaliks. So totally covered with low hills and another important which are disconnected in a particular place at a river Tista, where it is moving towards. But here the kind of structure can be seen. We can find dunes. The word dune. Dune nothing but strike valley between Himachal and Shivalik. A strike valley. This is called dune. Strike valleys between Himachal and Shivaliks are called as dunes. Example, Dehra dune. Third one, Patli dune. Kotli dune. Kotli in Jammu and Kashmir. Kotli dune in Jammu and Kashmir. Dehradun in Uttarakhand. So you know very well. So valley, at same time in this particular area, we can see some dwars. D-U-A-R-S, dwars. Dwars is a floodplains. Floodplains can be seen particularly in Assam and the northern part of West Bengal. Some floodplains are there. Plains which are formed by river. That's why we call dwarves. This is about D-U-A-R-S, dwarves. These dwarves are called terai in northern India. Immediately it's a kind of structure, landform like floodplains which are formed by rivers. These structure can be seen. Dwarves is a kind of landform, what we call the floodplains. Plains formed by river. The silt that is brought by river and forming certain plain area, we call them as dwars. So this is a important point. And again, just another small area can be taken. Look at that. Entire Himalayan belt divided into three parallel ranges: Himadri, Himachal, and Shivaliks. Look at that. And Himadri, highest mountains are inner Himalayas, are Great Himalayas, and their width and the height and everything is given. So Himadri average height is 6,100 meters, and Himachal average height is 3,500 to 4,500 meters, and Shivaliks is 900 to 1,100 meters. Himadri totally covered with ice and snow and glaciers and so on. Himachal is covered with beautiful valleys and hill stations. Shivaliks is consists of hills, all hills and covered with alluvial and alluvial soil. These Shivaliks are called differently in different places. They are called Jammu Hills in Jammu and Kashmir, Mismi Hills in Arunachal Pradesh, Kachari Hills in Assam. So at the same time, looking at this towards the east, northeastern Himalayan mountains moving towards south. After going to the northeast, then they started moving to the south and extended in between Myanmar and India. This is India, right? So these ranges, just look at that. Himalayan mountains moved towards northeast, and from there they started moving towards south. They extended towards south. This belt is called as Purvanchal. Sometimes they are asking question, what is Purvanchal? North to the Himalayan mountains in the northeast moved towards south, extended between India and Myanmar, acting like a boundary line. It's acting like boundary line. Himalayan mountains acting like a boundary line, which are called Purvanchal, like looking like a hairpin. So like this. Okay. So talking about Purvanchal, these are the Himalayan mountains in the northeast India, moved towards south and acted as a boundary line between India and Myanmar. It's looking like hairpin bend. These are called differently in different places. They are called Mismi Hills in Arunachal Pradesh, followed by Naga Hills, Nagaland, Mizo Hills, Mizoram, Manipuri Hills in Manipur, Patka Hills in Assam and Nagaland, in between that. These are called differently different places. This is about the Himalayan mountains. So again, another question they are asking, what is the importance of Himalayas? Himalayan mountains are really big asset to India. India is a country where we can see many benefits from the Himalayan mountains. Talking about the Himalayan mountains, they are the birthplace of many perennial rivers. Already I said that. Perennial river which flow throughout the water. Example, Ganges, Brahmaputra, Indus and many hundreds of tributaries. At the same time, Himalayan mountains really asset to India to get rainfall. India gets rainfall because of Himalayan mountains. Because what of that southwest wind that moves towards India, which are completely stopped by Himalayan mountains. So that southwest winds in southwestern winds nothing but monsoons can stay here around 4 months. If Himalayan mountains not there, there would be no rainfall in India because of these winds can move towards Central Asia. As low pressure belt that's created in the Central Asia, these winds can move towards Central Asia, but they won't get India won't get rainfall. This is second important point. So you mean that due to Himalayan mountains, India is really getting bulk of rainfall. The third important point is importance of Himalaya. Himalayan mountains really stopping the winds, cold winds coming from the northern India, from the Arctic Ocean, very extreme cold winds that move towards India during the winter, which are stopped by the Himalayan mountains. If these Himalayan mountains not there, India would be a cold desert. So that India is being protected by from the cold winds by the Himalayan mountains. At the same time, Himalayan mountains are set for the very fine and valuable forest. It is really big asset for attracting the people from various regions because it's a really wonderful place for what we call tourism. So tourism has been developed. India is foreign currency, and GDP, the share of the tourism that's there already. At the same time, this is the place having many beautiful valleys and beautiful lakes, and it's a place useful for construction of many projects like hydel projects we can find out. So many projects are being constructed. So these are suitable for many fruits, cultivation of many fruits like apple and all. So this is about the center for the fruit cultivation. So my point is Himalayan mountains really big asset for India. This is the third subtopic in this particular lesson. We'll take another subtopic in the next video. Thank you.